and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Yeah.
If we're going to continue down the list of the West, I want to talk
Yes.
about Andrew Wiggins being good for the T-Wolves.
Oh, God.
Because I got so much shit for saying, he's going to be a good player this year. If you look at anything about the T-Wolves open practices, they also statistically this year, they have entirely cut out long twos.
Yeah.
They're still taking a lot of floaters and like short-ranged long twos, like not layups, but short twos, which I'll live with. But 3-point wise, they're shooting the ball very well. Of course, they went 1-1 without Cat in the single most bullshit suspension in a while.
Yeah, that was a little iffy. But
Why did Ben Simmons not get suspended? He put Cat in a chokehold and slammed him into the ground. That's not a peacemaker. That's someone continuing the fight.
I think, Ben Simmons is also a huge guy, but, I mean, not bigger than Cat, but I don't know. I think he was not doing it maliciously. I think he was literally just trying to pull him off of,
Who knows?
of Joel Embiid, but yeah, who knows. Anyway, to keep going down the line, you got
The Suns.
the Suns.
Monty Williams is the early front runner for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I would have to say. They're on a 3-game win streak, 5-2 right now. Devin Booker's fired up. They don't even have DeAndre Ayton. I don't know. This might be the first time we see the Suns in the playoffs for a while. Which would be good for the city of Phoenix. And I guess good for Devin Booker because, we keep saying that if they don't do well, Devin Booker's going to want out, which I still believe is true.
I could legitimately see a collapse incoming, though.
Yeah, that's true. But, we will see.
Yeah.
Anyway, down to the bottom, you got the Kings, who are 2-5.
Luke Walton is killing the Kings.
Yeah, he is. They are on a 2-game win streak. They beat the Knicks the last game, which sucks. But yeah, they're still. They are on a 2-game win streak, but still, they went from 0-5 to 2-5.
Yeah.
So it's still not. It still doesn't seem like they're getting the pieces put together.
They need Marvin Bagley back, but most of all, they need Buddy Hield to be the player he was last year.
Yeah, they need Buddy Hield to be the player that they paid for.
Yeah, and De'Aaron Fox has been trying to do everything, and he can't really do that.
He can't.
Harrison Barnes has not been good. He had the tip-in game winner against the Jazz, which was their first win of the season. But other than that, he's a huge overpay.
Yeah.
Trevor Ariza has done nothing.
Absolutely.
Every one of their signings has just backfired immensely.
Yeah.
And on paper, they look decent to me because you were bringing in decent players. Mm-hmm. But Luke Walton is killing that team. His rotations are destroying that team. I was a big defender of Luke Walton a year ago because I thought, LeBron trying to implement his offense and Luke Walton standing his ground is something we hadn't seen in a very long time, and I respected it. But
at the same time, we all knew who was really running that team.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, you give him a decent chance, sure, he can do something.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, not good. Very much so, not good. And the Kings were a team I was really excited for, and so far they've just been kind of drab. So.
Yeah. Speaking of a team that people were excited for, the Pelicans. I mean, again, they still don't have their excitement, but Brandon Ingram is doing very well.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. It's good to see that he hasn't pulled a Chris Bosh.
What do you mean? Oh, the blood clot?
Like the blood clots and then just not playing. I mean, he was 30 years younger than Chris Bosh, but still, is Chris Bosh technically retired?
Yeah, his jersey's retired for the Heat too.
Yeah, because I thought last year he was still a free agent.
Yeah, in 2K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Amari Stoudemire was still a free agent in 2K. That'd be fun.
Well, I mean, he hasn't done much of anything recently.
He's in the Big Three now.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's been in the Big Three, but he also worked out for a lot of teams, and he's just kind of
his kid goes to the camp that I went to, and now my brother's camp, so I saw him.
Nice.
Yeah, he's tall. He's cool.
He's tall.
Yep.
So I feel like the Clippers really have to start worrying about Kawhi's load management now. Yeah. Because the big rumors we heard at the start of the year was Kawhi's not going to be load managing. He's going to play as many games as he can. But now he's missed a game against the Bucks. He's missed a game against.
Yeah, that really sucks that he missed that game against the Bucks.
Yeah.
Everyone was really excited to see the Kawhi versus Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel like Doris Burke had a piece that she just put out, which was
Doris?
The league really has to start worrying about its most marketable superstars not playing.
Yeah.
And I think we could really see something where with like load management where it's, okay, you need to have an actual injury. This needs to be medically certified. But then we're just going to start seeing like bullshit made up injuries like knee soreness.
Yeah.
Like for Jimmy Butler, while he didn't want to play for the T-Wolves, it was always general soreness. So, there's no real way around it. And you can't put the cat back in the bag. But it's an issue. Like,
yeah.
You need to have your player, like your biggest players playing, or else, like, you can't. The issue with the NBA is that not much matters until the playoffs happen,
right.
And then everyone's going to play as much as they have to, blah, blah, blah. Until then, you still need to have an entertaining product.
Yeah, like you saw, like, I don't know, what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where LeBron sat out, like, 30 games or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Kawhi, before he, like... when everyone...
With the Toronto championship run.
Well, no, not with that. I was talking about, like, before. Like, everyone used to hate Kawhi. Like, Kawhi used to be the bad guy in the league.
People hated Kawhi because he couldn't play for this. He